So I have this image over here, as you can see, because it's scaled up to the maximum extent. So normally, if I say it default size, this is the actual size it's supposed to be rendered in. It's natural size, so to say. When I increase it to 100%, we start seeing these imperfections. It doesn't look very nice. It's kind of blurry. And the reason that this is happening is because images don't scale very well. One remedy for this is to convert this to an SVG. So you can do that by coming to over here. So whenever you're editing the image element, say edit file, or you can come here from the component files themselves, pick the image type, and you can find in the settings of that file. So once you get to this point, you can just say convert to SVG. This will be directly updating the file itself. There's two different options, posterize to SVG and trace to SVG. So these are slightly different algorithms. Trace is kind of like this. So when you trace it, it just finds the outlines and then tries to put very simple traces around them. There is no shadows or anything. Whereas the posterize, it's a little bit more, giving it a little bit more effect, dramatic effect. This is trace, this is posterize. So slight differences. In general, posterize generates slightly bigger files, and trace is much simpler. So if you're dealing with logos, typically you want to use trace to keep it simple. And as you can see, it just did a very simple outline of our logo. And now it's completely smooth. So it doesn't matter what size I set this to. All of it's always very smooth. Even if I set it like, let's remove the maximum width. If I set it like really big, it doesn't matter. It works perfectly fine. Now, the posterize, on the other hand, can be used with other kinds of images to give a little bit more effect. Let's say we have this file over here. It's slightly big, so let's just make it a little bit smaller, maybe about this much. All right, just so that we can see what it looks like. So you can see it's a regular file. This is like you gotta judge the files that are gonna look good with the posterize effect. You want to pick simpler lines separate so that it can be easily separated. So again, we come over here, we say convert to SVG. We can say posterize this time. This is going to be taking a little bit longer. And the original size was 222. You can see it just jumped. And this can happen if you have a complex image like this one, like a lot of details. So, it takes a lot of details to be able to generate this with vector graphics. In that case, it can go up. But it does create a nice, effect. And the best size is, like before, it doesn't matter what size you set it to, it will always be smooth. That's the best thing about Scalable Vector Graphics, SVGs. Let's try this one just for fun as well, how this one is going to be going. Again, we put it over here. So we may want to reduce the resolution before we convert to SVG, just so that we can increase the finer, like the smaller details we want it to go away before converting, so that it's going to be more effective converting to SVG. About 400 pixels or so is about right. And let's convert to SVG. Let's use posterize. And yeah, so this is going to be creating a little nice effect like this. And yeah, and it reduced it. As you can see, whenever you have a simpler image, it can actually reduce the size of the SVG image. And like before, this is perfectly responsive. Doesn't matter what size you set it to, it will always look good. All right, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching.